Is this sentence correct? I live at 5098 Twin Oak Road in an apartment on the 3rd floor. Curious? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everyone, this is Jenny from Real Estate English Academy with a new episode. Today, I'm going to talk about prepositions. But first, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you'd like to see more videos. And if you'd like to test your knowledge of the 3 prepositions I'm going to talk about today, click on the link in the show notes and take our quiz. Prepositions are small words that pack a lot of punch and are very common and useful in the English language. Prepositions play a particularly important role in real estate since they usually refer to location, time, or direction. It's important to keep your prepositions straight when you talk about a property, for example. There are a lot of prepositions in the English language that are relevant to real estate, like with, by, of, from, and to. But today, I'd like to focus on in, on, and at. Now, it's important to remember that there are many exceptions to the uses for these prepositions. And in some cases, these 3 prepositions may be used differently in the US than in other countries, such as the UK. Since I'm from the States, I'll be giving you the American English version. But the best way to learn these exceptions and differences is to memorize them. But we'll talk about that later. Now let's talk about today's prepositions. Would you say the development site is at the city, the development site is on the city, or the development site is in the city? In this case, we would say in the city. We do this because the preposition in often refers to being inside of something with concrete edges or that can surround a person or an object. Think about the preposition as being 3-dimensional in relation to space. If you take a box, for example, something that has clearly defined edges, it's easy to see how the pen is inside the box, and you'd say the pen is in the box. You can also be inside a building or a room. The edges of a place like a town, region, country, or in our sentence earlier, a city, might not be as easy to define, but these are all places that can surround a person. You can say, for example, currently I'm sitting in my office, which is located in an apartment building in New York City. Or, I'll be spending my vacation in the mountains, which are surrounding you, in Spain. In is also useful when it comes to time. You can have a meeting in 10 minutes or need to catch your train in an hour. Here, the preposition in is being used to describe the amount of time between now and whenever the event or action will take place. In 5 minutes, in an hour, in 2 years. In is also used when we refer to events that happen in a specific year or a specific month. In 2018, we sold 3 assets in Spain, or I got promoted to my new position at the company in April. Note, however, that when talking about days of the week, we typically use the preposition on. The meeting will be held on Tuesday. I have an appointment with the client on Friday, or have a good weekend. See you on Monday. The preposition on is often used to refer to the position of something. I find it helpful to think of it as referring to something on a surface or something that is like a surface. Some examples include I live on the 2nd floor. there's a picture on the wall and they are building an office property on the site. You can also say, I left a note on your desk. Notice that in each of these cases, we're talking about something in relation to a surface. So, is the plant behind me in the shelf or on the shelf? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now let's talk about the preposition at. The preposition at is one-dimensional. When it comes to location, think of at as referring to a precise location in relation to whatever you're talking about. The residential development is at the water. That means apartments will be built at the edge of the river or lake and not on top of or on or inside of or in the river or lake. At is also used to refer to public places. Examples include, I'm at the train station right now, or I studied business at college. You can also use it when you talk about the specific address of a property. The building is located at 235 North Circle Avenue. Note that because I use the specific address, I need to use the preposition at. The building is located at 235 North Circle Avenue. Without this information, I would say instead, the property is located on North Circle Avenue. See the difference? 235 North Circle Avenue is a specific place, while North Circle Avenue is more general, and the property could be anywhere on that street. Okay, now, remember those exceptions and differences I mentioned earlier. Here's a good example. Instead of saying on North Circle Avenue in the UK, people would say the property is located in North Circle Avenue. And that's where memorization can really help, but we'll get back to that later. So, we also use at to talk about specific points in time. The meeting starts at 3 o'clock. I'll be giving a speech at the trade fair. My train leaves at 7 p.m. Remember, here we are talking about a specific point in time, not a general time frame. Now, of course, just like in any language, as I said before, there will always be some exceptions to the rule. Because of this, English teachers often recommend learning prepositions in context. That means that the best way to make sure you're using prepositions like in, on, and at correctly is to learn them with the words around them. This can be much more effective than trying to learn them on their own. Examples of such phrases include in the afternoon, at night, the meeting will take place on schedule. So pay attention when you read reports or articles written in English by native speakers and make a note of some of these phrases so that you can memorize them and use them in your own English. Okay, that's it for today. Again, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, if you'd like to test your knowledge of these 3 prepositions, click on the link in the show notes below and take our quiz. Thanks for watching. See you next time.